tous, je m'appelle Constance GUISSET.
Hello everyone, I'm Constance GUISSET. I'm going to talk about my work, which is to change your life, your daily life. I'm a designer, I draw objects, I draw space, I also draw experiences in this space. What is a designer? You know, when you think about it, the chair on which you are seated has been built by someone. The piano you are using, the phone you are using has been built by someone. Even the vibration on which you are has been designed by someone. You also forgot. It's only when you think about it that you know that it exists. In reality, a good object, we forget that object behind the use. You shave in the morning because you think about something else, maybe the next presidential election. But you wait that because you know that things will be very good. So the designer is the person who aims at making the world a better place. He wants to improve your daily life, to make sure that those difficult moments are easier. For instance, you go back home in the evening and then your zip doesn't work. And your telephone is not working. It looks like a bad Netflix series, but that's not the case. It's just a world without designer. So a designer needs to think about all of that. Most of the time they call me when something is wrong. But in reality, most of the time things don't go the right way, even though they thought things could go right. So they call me that, Constance, we have a building, it's good, it's fantastic, but we forgot that we need to welcome people. Can you do something about it to welcome people? And that's my job, to make sure that the person who comes in feels welcome without being told that he is welcome. Why does the designer knows how to do that? Because he's an expert. An expert who touches everything. You go in a restaurant, you feel like something doesn't work, the atmosphere is not conducive. The designer knows that maybe light is not work, maybe the paint is not the right color. The designer knows that if you don't hear something right, it means that if the mirror is too low, if you see your leg, it means that at some point someone didn't do the job rightly. They don't notice the designer. They only notice him when things don't work, when the razor doesn't cut anymore, maybe when you cut yourself. That's when you notice that the designer is important. I can see you working on your phones. Do you think the designer's job is to make that everything disappears? Would you like to sit on a chair that's no longer a chair, that everything has disappeared, where you just feel that something magnetic is carrying you? Would you like to live in a world of tools? If you think about it, you go home in the evening, you go to your chair, the one you always sit on. Why do you go to that particular chair? Why do you use this knife to clean your pear in the morning? Has something happened? Is it because the designer has done his job so well? He has put the spirit, he has learned to observe. So how does the designer do to change your daily life? He transports you, he takes you elsewhere. It's like everybody. For instance, if when I look at this microphone, I see how it is done. If you were not here, I would have actually disassembled it to see how it is done. I need to know what doesn't go right, what's wrong. I try to detect all those little signs of things that are of concern to you in order to improve them. It looks, it also is like looking at when you go to the plane mode, flight mode rather. I was ready to receive this. Sometimes I go to flight mode because it's difficult to see that the chair you're sitting on is not what you should expect. So it's that anger that I improve. This anger also brings hope because the designer is optimistic. The anger to do things correctly with a sort of delicacy and softness for it to be nice to take you elsewhere. That's the tenderness. When you look at a ray of sun, you see what your neighbor is doing. You try to understand her reflexes. And there you are being carried into something else. It is this addition between softness and experience which helps us to do better designs. So they invited me for a test for chairs in the church. So they had like 1,000 chairs to fix. So they told me it's not possible, we need to do something. So I worked in a technical way with the company. I tried to find for a light solution so that that can be done. But beyond that, I went so many times there to feel that area, to see with a few clues how I could transmit a feeling. So we went together with that company because we worked hand in glove for 2 months on that. On that test, we worked with a sensitive touch. That's how we can change the world as designers. That's what I wanted to share with you with this music of Ramel. Lightness, that's what's going to change the world. I hope you are going to appreciate your chairs. Thank you very much.